My finances were not broken, but they were not optimized either. And the gap between not broken and optimized, I discovered, was costing me significantly more than I had ever consciously calculated. Subscriptions I had forgotten I was paying for. Insurance policies I had never compared against alternatives. Savings sitting in accounts earning almost nothing when they could have been earning meaningfully more. Small, recurring expenses that felt trivial individually but added up to something significant annually. I decided to run an experiment. I would give AI a complete picture of my financial life and ask it to audit everything honestly. Not to make investment decisions for me, not to give me financial advice I would need a qualified professional for, but to identify the gaps, the inefficiencies, and the overlooked opportunities that I had been too busy or too avoidant to address myself. The audit took 2 hours. The fixing took most of the month. And the result genuinely surprised me. Welcome to Tech Talk Tech. We upload every single day with fresh AI strategies. Subscribe now and hit the bell so you never miss tomorrow's video. Important disclaimer. Before I share what happened, an important note. This experiment was about identifying and fixing inefficiencies in my own financial setup. It was not about investment decisions, tax advice, or any financial planning that requires a qualified professional. For anything involving significant financial decisions, always consult a qualified financial advisor. AI is a powerful research and analysis tool. It is not a replacement for professional financial guidance. With that said, here is what the audit found. Week 1. The subscription audit. The first thing I did was compile a complete list of every recurring charge on my bank and card statements for the previous 3 months. I gave this list to Claude and asked it to identify anything that appeared suspicious, redundant, or that I might have forgotten about. Claude identified 11 subscriptions. I had been aware of 7. 4 were charges I had either forgotten about entirely or had assumed were canceled after a free trial ended. I asked Claude to help me categorize every subscription into 3 groups: essential and used regularly, useful but underused, worth reviewing, and subscriptions I could not identify a clear current use for. 6 subscriptions fell into the 3rd category. I canceled all 6 that day. Monthly saving from subscription audit alone, $63. Annual saving, $756. From 2 hours of work and 1 honest conversation with AI about what I was actually paying for. Week 2. The insurance review. Most people set up insurance once and never look at it again. Premiums increase annually. Coverage that made sense 5 years ago may no longer reflect current circumstances. And staying with the same provider year after year almost always means overpaying. I gave Claude a summary of my current insurance policies, the type of coverage, and the annual premium. I asked it to help me identify the questions I should be asking when comparing alternatives and the coverage elements I should prioritize. Claude produced a structured comparison framework for each policy type, key variables to compare, common traps to avoid, and specific questions to ask any alternative provider. Armed with this framework, I spent one afternoon comparing alternatives for my 2 largest policies. The result was a better policy at a lower premium for one and an upgrade to more appropriate coverage at the same price for the other. Annual saving from insurance review, $220. Better coverage in one category as a bonus. Week 3, the savings and account audit. Most people have savings in accounts that made sense when they opened them, but have never been reviewed since. Interest rates change. Better options appear. And inertia costs more than most people realize over time. I gave Claude a summary of my savings accounts, approximate balances, and current interest rates. I asked it to explain what better alternatives might look like and what questions I should research when evaluating them. Claude explained the types of accounts worth comparing and the key variables to evaluate. I spent one evening researching alternatives based on that framework. Moving one savings balance to a higher yield account added meaningful additional interest annually with minimal effort to set up. Claude did not tell me where to move my money. It helped me understand what to look for. The decision and the research were entirely mine. Week 4. Building a simple financial review system. The most valuable thing that came out of the 30-day experiment was not any single saving. It was the quarterly review system Claude helped me design. Most people review their finances reactively, when something goes wrong or when a major life change forces the conversation. A quarterly review system turns financial awareness into a habit rather than a crisis response. Claude helped me design a simple 60-minute quarterly review covering 4 areas. Subscription audit. Are there any new charges that do not belong? Major expenses review. Are any significant recurring costs worth comparing against alternatives? Savings and account review. Are my savings still in the most appropriate place? And goal tracking. Am I making progress toward my stated financial goals at the pace I intended? 60 minutes every 3 months. 4 areas. Consistent awareness rather than occasional panic. The system now runs automatically in my calendar. Claude helps me run through each section quickly. And the financial inefficiencies that used to accumulate quietly for years get caught and corrected every 90 days instead. The total results: subscription cancellations, $63 per month saved. Insurance review, $220 per year saved. Savings optimization, meaningful additional interest annually. Total first-year saving from a 2-hour audit and 4 weeks of follow-through, over $1,000. From looking honestly at something most people avoid looking at. Your action plan, starting today. Pull up your last 3 months of bank and card statements today. List every recurring charge. Paste the list into Claude and ask it to help you categorize each one as essential, underused, or unidentified. Cancel the unidentified ones today. Schedule a review of the underused ones for this weekend. 1 afternoon. Real money back in your pocket. What financial inefficiency do you suspect you have been ignoring? Drop it in the comments. I personally reply to every comment. If this experiment gave you the push to finally look at your own finances honestly, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to Tech Talk Tech. We upload every single day. See you tomorrow.